Everybody from the DHL Stadium in Cape Town for round 5 action of the Vodacom United Rugby Championship, and the DHL Stormers at home to Munster Rugby. And this is how the Stormers line up. 4 changes to their starting pack, and one of those coming in the back row where Marcel Theunissen replaces Dave Ewers. No change at halfback, Paul de Wet and Damian Willemse, nor in the midfield where captain Dan du Plessis is alongside Ruhan Nel. A change on the right wing with Suleiman Hartzenberg coming in for Angelo Davids. 6-2 split on the bench for Stormers head coach John Dobson. For Munster, there's been a late change with Sean O'Brien replacing Alex Nankivell in the midfield. Tom Ahern on the side of the scrum with Alex Kendellen and Jack O'Donoghue, the balance of the back row. O'Brien then in the centre with Tom Farrell, and at the back, Haley, Nash and Daly. Gavin Coombs has been drafted onto the bench by head coach Graham Rowntree, so Munster also with a 6-2 split on the bench in favour of their forwards. The DHL Stormers on their home ground for the first time. They were supposed to play the Vodacom Bulls in round 1 of this competition. That match was postponed. They've subsequently played rounds 2, 3 and 4 all away from home. Just 1 win away against Zebre. And here in Cape Town today, looking to do something against Tadhg Beirne's team that they have not done in the first 3 editions of the Vodacom United Rugby Championship, and that is to beat Munster. They've lost twice away to Munster, and then in the 2022-2023 edition of the competition, Munster came here during pool play and beat the Stormers by 26 points to 24. They then met in the final of that competition, the 2nd edition of the Vodacom URC, and it was Munster who emerged victorious by 19 points to 14 to take the title on this ground. So they have good memories here, but Dan du Plessis leading out his DHL Stormers team and looking to make amends for a record which does not make them proud. Joseph Dweba replacing André-Hugo Venter in the middle of the front row, and Damian Willemse once again starting in the number 10 jersey. So Munster with 2 wins and 2 losses from their first 4 outings in this year's competition. The Stormers starting out with a loss away to the Ospreys, then that win against Zebre, and then last weekend the last match of their 3-match tour, losing out by 38 points to 7 against Edinburgh. Mike Adamson of Scotland is the referee, with Amy Barrett-Turon and AJ Jacobs on the sidelines. Holly Davidson of Scotland in the TMO booth, and alongside me in commentary, former Springbok hooker Hanyani Shima.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Matthew. A Stormers team looking to buck the train, and a Munster team that wants to get into the winner's circle. A team, Munster, that have travelled well in South Africa, gotten some good results. A Stormers team happy to be back home. It's been 5 months, so it's been a long time between drinks. Can the Stormers buck the trend?
Well, Jack Crowley, who's cemented himself firmly as Johnny Sexton's replacement in the Ireland number 10 jersey, started 2 tests against South Africa here in South Africa, in Pretoria and Durban, in the July Internationals, a fabulous 2-match series. As it's underway in Cape Town, and Paul de Wet with the clearance from the base for the DHL Stormers. Decent start for Munster, getting some field position early.
Yeah, it's a regular start from both teams. The deep kick-off, trying to slow it down to get in a good kicking position with that ruck on the 15, but Munster always dangerous from his attack. Tadhg Beirne, usually the target man. Scannell will want to start strong.
Niall Scannell towards the tail. There was a contest on the throw to Tom Ahern, but dealt with it well. Into the midfield for Alex Kendellen, who's in that number 7 jersey in place of John Hodnett, who started in the big derby against Leinster at Croke Park a week ago before they travelled. Now Crowley over the top and to absolutely no one. Calvin Nash, his Ireland teammate, had
behind the mark,
come in field.
Nash was on the way back home. He'd gone with that midfield hit-up. You can see him running there. Look at Nash.
There you go.
Almost running past Tivete, but he's not quick enough And that ball, the recycling was too quick.
5 man, is it?
No one home for Munster.
5.
So Messi start on attack, but there was space there.
Joseph Dweba finding Adré Smith into the starting lineup this week, with Ruben van Heerden dropping to the bench. And JD Schickerling starting in the 5 jersey.
Backwards, all backwards.
A kick that didn't go as far as the Stormers intended. Possession back with Munster. Crowley looking for the big ball over the top, lost forward off the hands. Mike Haley has some consolidation to do, but they'll come back for the knock-on. First scrum.
Knock-on.
And I think you can see Munster, they're trying that bridge pass, that pass over the top. Because the Stormers are cutting the wide options, but the last man is hanging on the 5 meter very wide.
There's a mark.
And that's where the space is. But sometimes that can be fool's gold against a rush defense. What you want to do is punch up the middle and then look for space. Munster probably trying to go earlier, wide a little bit too early.
Okay, good balance and nice and square. Balance and
Huge
square.
experience in this Munster front row. The fewest appearances in this competition, the 94 of Jeremy Loughman. Scannell with 132 prior to this game, and John Ryan, who's in this week for Stephen Archer, who's on the bench, 170 appearances in this competition.
Yes, 9.
Conor Murray off the back of a nice steady scrum for Munster.
First man, turnover.
Turnover good for the Stormers, away by Morabe. Schickerling. Paul de Vet spotting the defence quickly up, looking for an offload in contact. Finds Sithole. Quickly back on his feet. Little juggle from Schickerling, but regathered. Ball not touching either one of his own players or a Munster player, so no knock on. Willemse. Quickly out the back from Theunissen. Beautiful ball inside for Zas from Nel, who gets it back. Popped up for de Vet, looking for runners. Finds Willemse. Another change of direction and a good line from Gelant, and the ball out the back for Willemse was good. But couldn't hang on.
What's here? Inside.
Looking for offloads before contact. Crowley now with the clearance kick, and a decent one down towards halfway.
And that's the beauty when the Stormers, when they get going, no rucks formed. And when there is a ruck, the ball's coming out pretty quickly. But momentum on momentum, continuity. Look at this, the pick and roll here. Willemse to Gelant, back to Willemse. Loops around here, looking to create some magic early on, just didn't land. But the Stormers looking to create early on.
5 man, 5.
Five-man line out for the Stormers, but it's over the top of Ben Jason Dixon and gathered by Scannell for Munster, and quickly out into those wider channels. Tom Farrell did so well in the colours of Connacht, relishing his opportunity, and here is Shane Daly on a beautiful line. Tackle made by Warrick Gelant.
Onside.
Murray has quick ruck ball. Beirne out the back. Crowley had to reach to fetch it, and now the interception from Suleiman Hartzenberg. He's being chased down by Farrell. They won't catch him. Hartzenberg is in very much against the grain, but bringing a sizable crowd in Cape Town to their feet. Second try in this year's competition, and a 10th in total for Suleiman Hartzenberg. Into the starting lineup for Angelo Davids, and straight onto the score sheet.
Yeah, and the Stormers here, Munster, a little bit frantic. There he goes, it pops up for Suleiman Hartzenberg. The question was, did he have the gas or the juice to go the distance? He certainly does. No one getting close to him. Suleiman Hartzenberg, over he goes for the first one in Greenpoint Stadium for the Stormers.
The only change in the starting back division from the team that suffered that defeat at the hands of Edinburgh last weekend. Suleiman Hartzenberg for Angelo Davids. Nice to see Herschel Jantjies back in the 23 as well, returning from a shoulder injury. One of 2 backline players on the bench today, looking to make his first appearance of the season. Now Willemse. A sweet strike from Willemse. Smiles on their faces.
Yeah, and this time Munster getting their opportunity to have a go.
There's no shot.
That's the rush, that's the line speed, that's the pressure. Pressure into mistakes. Defense giving opportunity. And Suleiman Hartzenberg runs it in for the Stormers.
Jack Crowley's restart. Lots of hang time and not cleanly held by the Stormers, but then lost forward. There was a chance there.
Knock on. Excellent.
For Munster on that restart. A beautifully contestable kick from Crowley.
Okay.
It's a well-placed kick.
It didn't help because Nine was shouting. So
and Ahern just needed to snap that up. But well-weighted kick. Generally, teams will go deeper from that position because they want the kick. They want the strike from the kick afterwards. Put pressure on. Get a line out just outside the 22-meter area, and you look to build from there. But Munster going with the early one, the contestable very early in the game.
Neethling Fouché here on the near side. The tight head jersey. Looked a bit bemused by some of the decisions that went against him when he was up against Pierre Schoeman in Indra last week, but he's made a strong start to the campaign. Be a reset.
And the Stormers had the nudge, I think. Bit of confusion at the back. Keke Morabe wanted to play it, and he had his shoulders disconnected, but aggressive hit from the Stormers. A little bit of a fight in the beginning, but the pressure started to come through there. There it is. Sti Sithole staying nice and square. This John Ryan turned in, so that gives Sti the opportunity to go straight for the ribs.
Stay driving on the loose head. What's that?
2 changes in the front row this week for the Stormers, but their rotations. Last week's starters, André-Hugo Venter and Brok Harris, reverting to the bench.
Set!
Too early from Munster. Stormers getting the free kick.
That's the first one that they've done.
That's a tricky thing, Matthew. Here, generally, you want to scrum for a penalty. So if you kick long, you get that ball back from the line out. Now the Stormers are forced to kick a contestable, and this can go anywhere.
Coming down right on halfway, backwards off a Munster player. Gathered by Schickerling, who did well. Willemse, there's a man down in back play here for Munster.
Carried back.
Very slow to get to his feet. Warrick Gelant off the left boot. Brilliant kick, but it will not be a 50-22. That ball was carried back.
Oh, shit.
Into the Stormers' half of the field. That is, Mike Haley.
Time off.
He came from a long way back. Also started his jump pretty early from that contestable kick. So this could just be a little bit of wind.
Yeah, he got carried back in. Yeah.
Really not looking comfortable, Mike Haley. Another hugely experienced players in this Munster side. He's been in the side for all 4
it was going to be your penalty. It's tackle off the ball.
This year's competition's appearances so far.
So we've got a tackle off the ball.
83rd
against your number
in total in
3.
the competition.
Just where that player was down.
It's going to be a penalty here against Neethling Fouché.
Yeah, from this area.
For a tackle off the ball.
Thank you. Just here, Jack. Good to go. Tackle off the ball.
A big let off here for Munster as Jack Crowley gets to kick towards the DHL Stormers 22. Amy Barrett-Teron will have her flag up just inside that 22-metre area.
Stormers on the line. 7.
Munster walking in, Scannell locked and loaded, ready to go. Eventually a full complement to the line out, but poached. But then popped up by De Wet and gathered back by Munster. Loughman goes to the short side. Dweba with an attempt over the ball, cleaned off it spectacularly. Then Tom Ahern.
Leave the line.
Murray. Kendellen. Cleaning work is good at ruck time from Munster as they edge forward. Farrell.
Not now. Only on the body.
Kendellen wants it and has it. Support from Jack O'Donoghue, but a solid tackle from Ben Jason Dixon. Recycled for Tadhg Beirne. Quick placement of the ball. And here is Calvin Nash looking to his left for Daly. Murray popped inside for O'Donoghue. Way by Murray for Beirne. Once again, great understanding between the Irish internationals. Ball over the top from Crowley. It's gone forward. No try for Mike Haley.
Yeah, good control from Munster, but the patience from deep and the discipline from the Stormers defensively there. Generally, after a couple of runs, you see a penalty advantage. But recycling well, not spending a lot of time on the ground. The crowd enjoying that, but you can see the numbers all coming up nice and connected and forcing that long pass over the top. But you can see the scramble D also from the Stormers called immediately the forward pass.
Yeah, I was pretty certain it was forward.
But the intensity, Munster picking up the intensity in the Stormers half. You can see the pack coming alive, coming hard around the corner.
Yeah.
John Ryan, Munster's tight head, the man receiving
just on the setup.
attention ahead of the scrum. Stephen Archer, who started against Leinster last week, spoke about John Ryan's 170 appearances in the Vodacom URC prior to this one.
Say again?
Of course, taking into account its previous formats.
Thanks.
Pro 12, Pro 14.
Time on.
Stephen Archer, he comes on today, 230th appearance. Massive experience at Munster's disposal across the front row.
Crouch.
Previous scrum on a Stormers put in ended in a free kick.
Set.
Much better stability that time. Stormers looking for the second show. Front row standing up.
Same scrum.
It's an arm wrestle up there, I think.
You're coming up. You stay down.
What the ref wants to see is the pack going forward, not sideways like that. But the Stormers certainly going for this one.
Yep.
Big reshuffle this week in Munster's back row with Jack O'Donoghue playing 8. He started at 6 against Leinster. Kendellen in for Hodnett. Tom Ahern into the number 6 jersey.
Okay, both down. Play the ball. 9, play the ball.
Paul De Wet being told to play away by Mike Adamson. Warrick Gelant. And then making the clearance. Doesn't look particularly happy.
Here's your mark.
Never.
What's that? No. Yeah, I can see.
You want scrum. You don't want the scrum battle to end because there's a collapse down on the ground. You actually want scrum completions.
Scannell. Schickerling was up in the air again to contest, and although not going to hand, it's an opportunity for a hack through. And another speculative pass sailing over the head, this time of Shane Daly, and into touch.
It's just a silly mistake. So was that Mike Haley running sideways? So you're buying time for that wing on the outside. First of all, you're taking his time away, then you throw the pass. With chances are he might be looking to cut back in or come a little bit closer to you, thinking you're going to get contact. A good net result for the Stormers. They'll want to build on this.
5 is in.
Front ball is for Adré Smith, and quickly back for Keke Morabe. Dan du Plessis. Crowley held on nicely in the tackle, popped out the back from Ben Jason Dixon. De Wet and Willemse. Now Gelant onto that left boot of his, which has brought so much success with the grubber. Munster doing well to track back there, going to try and set a better angle for a clearance kick with the carry from Beirne.
No, it's not out. Stay back foot. Back foot. Thank you.
So Conor Murray benefits from that improved angle to make the clearance, but an extended period now of DHL Stormers with set-piece possession inside Munster's territory.
Well, it was a good recovery from Munster. Gelant with that probing kick up against the touchline, so managed to slow the game down, get into position and exit, but still under the pump here. Stormers would like, from first phase, you want to create a good punch here, get quick ruck ball and beat the fold.
Over the top of Marcel Theunissen, and a line-out gifted the way of Munster. Daly. And then Tom Farrell. Staying strong in contact. Not the speed of ruck ball that Conor Murray necessarily would have wanted. Now the hoist from Crowley. Good contest from Tom Ahern in the air, but the scraps gathered by Warrick Gelant, and a clever kick infield.
Play on.
Bounces nicely for Crowley, and inside his 22 off the left boot. Excellent kick from Jack Crowley. There's a lot of work to do here for Damian Willemse. The charge down is from Shane Daly. Brilliant work from Zas to get across and cover. Munster piling in. The counter-ruck is good, and Farrell is over. Capitalising on the kick charge down. Zas working hard off the ball, but outnumbered at the breakdown. The counter-ruck was powerful. They stayed on their feet, and Tom Farrell
I didn't think he did.
on hand to round off the move.
I think he was running back in support.
That's smart play.
I don't think
fantastic play from Munster. First of all, this kick here and the ability. Stormers going backwards, but is it Daly? Shane Daly with the charge down. So Willemse trying to clear, but Daly does well. But the most important thing here is to maintain your discipline, because generally players chasing there will fall off their feet. What Munster do, they stay on the feet. Good counter right here, good strength, and the ability to spot the space out there. Well done to Tadhg Beirne, off to Farrell. But that counter ruck was where the trouble started for the Stormers. Good discipline from Munster, taking the opportunities.
A wonderful finish. You think where that started, way back in their 22-meter area, after what looked like a clever cross kick into space by Warrick Gelant. It bounced kindly for this man, Jack Crowley. Got incredible distance off the left boot to create that pressure. And now convert it into points. A kick to bring Munster back on even terms. And after the first quarter, we are tied up at 7 apiece.
And Willemse Beach charged down here, but Daly did well the follow-up here. And good rescue from Zas, who thought the Stormers had gotten out of trouble. But the ability to counteract here and read it well forwards doing what backs do, and the biggest man in the pack, or the tallest man, Beirne, plays the scrum half role.
A lovely touch from Munster's captain. Restart from Willemse.
Wait to be played on.
Crowley.
Yeah.
Willemse for Warrick Gelant. Good read from Jack Crowley, who's got plenty of time to assess his options.
Wait to be played.
Paul Vet, the man coming across in cover, but ball winning the race to the touchline, just shepherded by Paul Vet. Crowley was making a fair attempt, little minor shove off the ball.
Yeah, and what Crowley did, yeah, as he looked up, because Gelant had dropped back, so the immediate space was just after above past the chase line. But that's a perfect scrum half roll. Paul Vet read that beautifully. Good covering from the scrum half.
Better line out from the DHL Stormers, Dweba and Adré Smith.
Okay, use it. Onside.
Now De Vet's kick for Suleiman Hartzenberg to chase. Brilliant work in the air from Shane Daly. He's made a very solid start to this game.
Chest.
There's a big hit initially from
Tackle!
Adré Smith on Jeremy Loughman.
Tackle
But
called.
Loughman standing
Number 5.
very firm in that tackle and able to make some post-contact meters.
Adré Smith, I think he just lost his legs as he went there, and Loughman actually braced in contact, so managed to bounce out of that. And what happened, I think tackle was called and then the strip came, so you got to let him go. You got to release.
7.
Schickerling was penalised for that in Edinburgh last week, which led to a try being disallowed. Contest on the throw, eventually away by Ahern. Willemse in with the tackle. Mike Adamson has his arm out for advantage to Munster. Beirne got past the first would-be tackler, then driven back hard by Schickerling.
Just here. Tackle in the air. Still in the air. Don't interfere with the jumper.
The penalty is for interference in the air at the line-out, and Jack Crowley showing absolutely no interest in the 3 points on offer.
Stormers on the 5.
But the problem with the Stormers, they've conceded 2 penalties in a row. You go to the one with a tackle release now here, and look where you end up on your 5-meter defending. So the worst place, you don't want to give away, well, you don't want to give away penalties, period, but one on the halfway line, another one just outside the 22-meter area, and now
eyes up right front edge.
You're in trouble.
Over the top they go, and gathered by Willemse. Both teams missing their share of lineouts in this first 23 minutes.
Okay, Stormers use it.
DHL Stormers have lost 3.
He's been touched.
That's a second loss on their own ball from Munster. Awkward one for Daly, and Haley had to juggle, did well. Murray, Scannell. Beautiful ball out of the back of the hand, and more momentum for Munster. O'Brien from Daly.
Backwards. Stay there, stay there.
Almost a little mix-up from Munster. They were able to consolidate and away for Scannell. Crowley. Little slip, but got away from Marcel Theunissen.
Ball's available now.
O'Brien couldn't get the pass away. Some excellent line speed there from Suleiman Hartzenberg, shooting out just to put pressure on the pass.
And one of Munster's strengths is the ability to hold on to the ball, but sometimes almost looking a little bit frantic. Yeah, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers here. There's desperation to get the ball out wide, but sometimes just take a punishment, take the hit and look to replay from then on. When they're good is when they get quick ruck ball with numbers around the ball, attacking as one.
I'm not fitting with that, I don't know. It'd be the same if it was your guys.
That replay from the higher camera was touch and go. Suleiman Hartzenberg may have been a little too quickly out of the gate, but he's got away with it if he was. A happy Cape Town crowd, delighted to be here. First time the DHL Stormers have played at home in 5 months, John Dobson was saying. Given that their first round in this competition was postponed, it'll be replayed during the Six Nations window. They were due to play the Vodacom Bulls in round 1. So started their campaign in round 2 away to the Ospreys.
Yeah, so we've seen the players making a legal tackle. He's in a good position to make a legal tackle, so we're not seeing us foul play.
There's going to be a change for Munster. Niall Scannell unable to carry on. We're not sure yet if that is an HIA. Yeah. He's going straight to the tunnel.
Sign back on.
And the man replacing him, Owen Clark, first appearance of this campaign.
Clearly outside shoulder.
Another DHL Stormers line out. Lost.
Some contesting. Both teams, Dweba owned up to that one straight away, but a lot of overthrows. You've seen it's been busy at the back of the line out, just over the 50-meter line.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Powerful scrum from Munster that brings them a penalty advantage.
It's gone round the 90, so I can't play advantage.
Power from Munster, and you can see from the hit, the Stormers were in trouble. Not an aggressive enough hit on the setup. So again, the Stormers under the pump. You think that just as they're about to get out of trouble with that line out, back under pressure again. And Munster going for it here. They want to convert here. They've had an opportunity early on. So from the setup, the Stormers disconnecting at the back row. And Munster coming right through.
You say 5 man, is it? 5 man.
Once again opting for the 5-meter line out. First throw for Owen Clark. No contest on the throw to Tadhg Beirne. Munster able to set their maul with Clark in possession at the tail. One stop called, but they've managed to wheel and over. What an entry into the game for Owen Clark. On for Niall Scannell. Just his 11th appearance in the Vodacom URC, his first one of this season. Part of a front row that won a scrum penalty. Successful line out, and now over for his second try in Vodacom URC rugby.
And it all started from the power, from the scrum. That's the net result. Ball taken right in the middle of the line out. Munster had to be patient. Clark at the back. Just waited for the crack to come, and eventually rolled through the open side. And down they went.
I'll tell you.
Vocal travelling support. Whenever Munster have been here, we've seen a good smattering of red inside the DHL Stadium. Not least when they lifted the trophy here in Cape Town in the 2022-23 edition of the Vodacom URC, beating the defending champion DHL Stormers 19 points to 14 in this stadium. And Jack Crowley has pulled his conversion attempt wide, so the margin remains 5 as we head towards the end of the first half hour.
His body position just too low, almost impossible to stop. With momentum coming around the corner, he drops his shoulders low, drives out of his legs. But the hard work was done in front by the other players. And Clark picked his moment beautifully.
The home crowd has gone a little quiet and looking for their team to make a response. And objective one is get hands on the ball. They're hovering at around 1/3 of the possession over the first almost half hour of this game. Just not able to hold on to it for long enough, and their set piece misfiring by their standards. Back from Warrick Gelant and secured by Joseph Dweba. Gelant. Another offload before contact from the Stormers. Willemse. Gelant. Little dink through off the left boot. Back goes Calvin Nash in cover.
Right, that'll do for. Okay.
Those little grabber kicks from Gelant, when they hop up into the hands of a grateful wing, they look fantastic, but Munster have been able to cover them so far in this game.
Okay, Munster use it.
It ended up as just being a case of kicking possession away. The attacking intent is there.
Onside.
So far, Munster have responded well. Murray. Willemse with some time, spinning out of the tackle of Shane Daly. Some beautiful stepping from Willemse. Gives Schickerling the opportunity for a front foot ball. De Wet for Theunissen, little isolated. And De Wet sucked into that ruck, so Dweba fills in at the base. Morabe.
No.
Then Schickerling again. Willemse, Gelant, keeping ball in hand that time. Suleiman Hartzenberg, the man to set the ruck. Morabe with another carry. Willemse. Arms over the top of the tackle, then setting it nicely with the ball out the back, not going to hand. Now they've got to rebuild again. Du Plessis and Hartzenberg. It's gone forward off Hartzenberg and then off a Munster player. So a lot of promise in the build-up, but ultimately back at halfway and having coughed up possession.
And also a little bit frantic there. I think there must have been a possible cut there where the players miscommunicated. That's where that pass went backwards. There, that was the one there. The Gelant was coming in and Paul De Wet was looking out wide to see. So that's where that pass, where they missed each other. From here, you're going backwards. So try to slow the game down slightly. A
little collision there between Sean O'Brien and Suleiman Hartzenberg.
Yeah.
O'Brien, who was originally named on the bench for this encounter. Alex Nankerville, a late withdrawal from the match 23. So O'Brien up off the bench to start in the midfield alongside Tom Farrell. Yeah. And the man replacing him on the bench, Gavin Coombs. So
I didn't see it. I thought it was on the chest. I was running through traffic, but yeah, we'll let the table look at it. Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I felt
on the far side,
I don't
getting a
think
different angle on it here. Yeah, there was just a bit of a shoulder-to-shoulder clash there. Nothing untoward, created that little whiplash effect.
Yeah. 14.
He looks okay, Hartzenberg.
So we've checked both head contacts and there's nothing in them. We've checked 14, there was nothing.
From the Stormers, conceded a penalty.
We checked number 14 for head contact, but we didn't see anything.
The last one.
Okay, good
I think it's just going to be play on here.
Time on. Keep it nice and square again. Stay straight. Crouch.
The possession stats improving for the Stormers, mostly due to that last multiple phase play, but actually ending up losing possession and some territory. The back end of that move, that's a magnificent scrum. Well, you asked for it, Ranyani. They delivered.
And a couple of words there. Dweba fired up. But that's where the Stormers, you can't have one good scrum, one bad scrum. You need to keep your momentum and keep the pressure on.
I have no idea why you're up here. You're back here. Yeah.
That's good from Mark Adamson. Ruhan Nel was in the midst of it. He said, I have no idea what you're doing here. You got 13 on your back, fella. A bit of a wobbly kick, but a mighty effective one from Damian Willemse.
Yeah, and the Stormers fired up here, worked more as a unit, as a collective unit. Straight through the middle. Morabe, if Advantage was played there, he was actually in space.
Five man, is it?
Exactly, Matt. And you can see here the net result is, look what happens from that scrum penalty. Now you want to convert.
6. Stay out as receiver. 2 meters. Okay. Eighth receiver.
The best line-out position in the game for the Stormers, and Theunissen not setting the maul, allowing Theunissen to break away and make some valuable territory.
Advantage.
Tom Ahern was called off it by Mike Adamson.
You've rolled. Clear ruck formed, slowing the ball down on the 5 here.
The quick tap is taken. Mike Adamson was unsighted, but now has awarded the try. Marcel Theunissen, the man who made the break from the back of the line-out before a maul had been formed, is the man who now responds to the penalty with a quick tap.
I was right there. I gave it the
and over for his first try of the campaign.
Yeah, and Matthew, what Theunissen does well is he drops his shoulders just before contact. Then you got to drive your legs. You'll never get that try if you're upright. So he's watching, but look how he just dips just before contact. Then you drive your legs over. Adamson there, so he's covering the ball, but he's got it over. But look how low he is from that position. Drives his legs, drives his legs. And on the line. Try given.
Okay.
But good body positioning in terms of contact. Nice and low. Almost below the knees of the Munster defenders.
So excellent response. Firstly from the scrum, then the line kick from Willemse. The line out work. And then Theunisen's try. Willemse to take the DHL Stormers back in front. It's 2 out of 2 for him.
And Marcel Theunissen quickly, but nice and low, drives his legs. And the cavalry comes in. By that stage, he's done the damage.
Niall Scannell has completed his head injury assessment and has been cleared to return. A wonderful contribution from Owen Clark in his absence. Being part of a pack that earned a scrum penalty, winning a line-out and then scoring Munster's second try.
Four. There you go.
No doubt we'll see more of him in the second half of the game. Strong carry from Morabe.
Okay, use it. Thank you.
The lengthy ruck is formed. De Wet, Zas giving chase and trying to push his way through the traffic. And he's earned a penalty as a consequence.
8.
You spoke earlier about consecutive penalties being conceded by the Stormers, giving Munster field position. Similar here. They've scored off a penalty, now off the restart. They've conceded another, and immediately the home side can get deep into Munster territory.
That's a beautiful kick. That's a beautiful kick from Willemse, right on the mark. The Munster, what they're trying to do is look after the... Yeah, he changed his lane there, isn't it? That's pretty clear and obvious from Jack O'Donoghue. Silly, actually, very silly, a soft penalty, because there are more than enough numbers chasing back for him to do that. So you can see he stepped out of his lane just to slow Zas down a bit. But the Stormers, you look at the time on the clock, you look at where they are, they need this one, they want this one.
Schickerling the target, and immediate forward momentum for them all. And then the ball lost forward. It was on. The breakaway was on. They know it.
Frustration. Yeah, and Keke Morabe, such a good player. He'll be disappointed with that. And you can see what he was thinking there, Matthew. He had the ball. Probably he was the ripper there, so he had the ball. And the temptation, as that wheels around, that it opens up slightly. So he's fighting to get through. If he gets that ball there, he's over the line.
Good work, lads. Yeah. Good balance. Hold the pressure.
But still, it's not the end here. Stormers will look for a good scrum. Apply that pressure. This is where the experience, you see the experience of a Conor Murray from this position. Knows when to slow the game down, when to pick the pace up. Always wants to be in control.
Set.
No one back near the dead ball line here. Well, Conor Murray wants a free kick.
Yeah, and that's the experience, Matthew. He puts that ball in because the Stormers had won the hit. Munster in trouble, so he slows it down, reset.
Hurry up a bit, please. We're down the edge. It's this going to stand in there, look.
Okay, let's go then. Let's go.
Well, this reminds me, remember Faf de Klerk in Paris, World Cup final. That last minute, the last 30 seconds, when he delayed that put in, got the reset for the Springboks. Such a skill for the scrum halves to read when your team's on top in the scrum.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Another huge effort, but quickly out by Conor Murray.
What's here?
Just want to manage the clock here a bit. Can they manage it long enough before making the clearance kick? Perhaps not. Murray is set for the clearance.
Play on.
And Gelant going quickly off the line out for Willemse. O'Donoghue diving over the top. De Wet and Gelant. Arms through the tackle for Zas. Excellent tackle from Conor Murray, and Dweba was coming at pace. The bench can feel it.
Yeah.
It's close.
There's almost that tension in the crowd where Munster almost surviving or just hanging on here, and Dweba at pace probably looked up slightly, but he gets that ball, he's doing some damage. And the Stormers have got numbers out on the right-hand side.
What I want from you is hold the weight back before the ball's in. There's a lot of pressure
Loughman
before the ball.
Munster's loose head is receiving some attention. Looks like his left knee.
They didn't have a problem with height.
And probably at that previous scrum, which was disintegrating as Conor Murray very calmly
it looks like a lot of weight coming
managed to extract the ball.
Yeah, I know you want to attack that one because it's on the 5-metre line, or it's close up there. But just have to wait
Munster did well to get that channel one ball quickly in and out.
Is that fair?
But that's the beauty of a player like Warrick Gelant. He's first receiver down the blind side, Matthew. So Willemse took that ball out. He was at the bottom of the ruck and he became first receiver. His knee got jammed in there.
15 and
so studs got jammed in the ground and knee got folded.
Okay. So 15 meters.
Just going to try last till half time and then
here, lads.
hopefully the medics can work their magic.
So forward pass up here. Still a scrum. Munster, yeah. I think it was around this pass here.
Took a little bit of attention there. And that left knee of Jeremy Loughman needs to hold out for
10 meters right here.
It looks like being one last set piece. Can't imagine Munster will launch from here.
This is Gelant at first receiver, always looking to create. That's forward. That's it. It almost looks like he's got time on the ball the whole time. Ball in both hands. No, double, triple pump. Keep the defenders busy.
Time on. Hold the way. Keep it square.
This is going to be a test for Loughman here, especially on that knee of his, that left knee.
That is the half-time siren at DHL Stadium. Decent crowd in. Big weekend of sport in the mother city of Cape Town. Cape Town Marathon taking place tomorrow.
Set! That's 9.
More pressure on the Munster scrum, and Conor Murray not taking any chances at all. Finding touch over on the far side. So an intense first 40 minutes here at the DHL Stadium in Cape Town, as you'd expect from past finalists in this competition. 2 tries apiece in the first half, and 2 conversions from Damian Willemse. Just 1 from Jack Crowley. Half-time in Cape Town, DHL Stormers 14, Munster 12.
4 man. 2 meters. Change position.
Dweba, the tap is from Dixon, and Zas doing well to flick the pass away from Willemse. He makes a couple of valuable meters. Just keeping Munster on their heels defensively. Morabe. Excellent clean out from the Stormers. Dweba for De Wet, and then Morabe once again.
Fine play.
Making a couple of valuable meters with every carry. Now it's Ben Jason Dixon's turn.
Offside.
Offside call.
Offside.
Against Munster. So another free play for the home side.
No advantage, number 2 offside.
That's an area of the field where patience is required, but that's where you need your big runners to make the dents out there. It becomes a fight in the 22-meter area. Defenses are come up.
We've come out and there's lots of voices. Your number 2 shouting at me. Somebody else is shouting. You were shouting off the ball. Somebody else is shouting offside. Somebody else is shouting cynical. I don't want that. I don't have to do anything about that. Number 2.
So the penalties against Munster hooker Niall Scannell. But a bit of a warning from referee Mike Adamson to the Stormers number 2 Joseph Dweba. Lots of chat going on. And that's the call against Niall Scannell, which allows Willemse to set up another 5-meter line-out. Another awkward line-out, well rescued by Adré Smith.
Advantage, number 1 side.
Jeremy Loughman conceding a penalty advantage as Dweba goes in search of the Stormers' 3rd. Out the back from Willemse, it's a poor pass.
Number 1 in the side.
It's a lot of penalties in the 22-meter area here.
Number 1.
I think one more, there's going to be a warning.
You've come in at the 2nd layer. Come at the back. Number 1.
And the Stormers more looked like it was going forward. I think there's a bit of miscommunication with the line out. It was almost like a half jump, but it still got going forward considering there's a meeting down there. You can see JD Schickerling, Adré Smith having a chat together.
Munster on the line. Yeah, on the 5. Yeah, I just thought you went beyond the lifter.
So the timing wasn't right.
Don't slide up there.
The Stormers got going. They'll look for it.
6 man.
Contest on the throw to Schickerling, and Paul De Wet under all kinds of pressure as Munster come piling through. And well to retain that ball, but Stormers losing a good 10-12 meters off that line-out contest. Morabe, powerful carry from him once again. Then Dixon pops it up for De Wet. Du Plessis. Inside for Adré Smith. with no real option but to carry. Theunissen.
It's a tackle now, knees on the ground.
Tackle made. Munster called out of it.
Ball's out.
Another powerful carry. Regaining some momentum here. Willemse. Oh, beautiful line from Hartzenberg and du Plessis, and Nel will go in. Well, after a series of handling errors and some inaccurate passing, a move where all the passes stuck to great effect for Ruhan Nel.
Yeah, and how's that for passing under pressure? Slick, short passes. The forwards were rumbling it up. The back said, give it to us. And the Stormers faithful loved that. But talk about passing under pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And over goes Ruhan Nel. But some fantastic touches from the Stormers.
Yes.
Under pressure, Munster players coming up.
No 30. 30
but
seconds.
Still beat the rush.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
As Damian Willemse lines up this conversion attempt, having kicked the previous two, there's a change, another change to the DHL Stormers pack. Adré Smith, who replaced Ruben van Heerden, albeit with a number change in this week's starting lineup, is now replaced by Van Heerden, wearing jersey 19. Willemse looking to curl it back. He's done it beautifully. It's an on day for Damian Willemse.
Definitely. A versatile Damian Willemse. Such a talented player. 2 World Cups already. He's out 24-25, but that's the try from the Stormers. Ruhan Nel at the end. He still had a number outside him, but the passing, get that ball into space as quickly as possible. The pass has landed beautifully for the Stormers.
Billy Burns, 114 caps for Ulster. Now in his first season in the Munster Red, on as a replacement. Replace Shane Daly, who's looking slightly uncomfortably towards the Munster bench. Remember, with that late change, the withdrawal of Alex Nankerville, just the 2 backline players on the bench for Munster, with Gavin Coombs coming into the 23. Dweba collecting a rebound. Ruben van Heerden with the carry, then Theunissen looking to free his arms, not quite. Excellent tackle from Tadhg Beirne. Van Heerden again, immediately making his presence felt.
Wait to be played on. Okay.
Gelant chases from Ruhan Nel onto Crowley. Murray, Scannell, pop inside for Loughman. Excellent tackle made by the Stormers, meeting Munster at the gain line after the pass from Mike Haley. Willemse made an early call and a brilliant catch. Tom Ahern in with the tackle.
And the hole was there for Neethling Fouché. But Willemse, you want to talk about commitment or committing to the up and under. That is it from Damian Willemse. Came from a long way out. Safe under it. Look at that. Never takes his eyes off the ball. Gets a safety of jumping up in the air, so he's untouchable there. A little bit of momentum, but there's the hole for Neethling Fouché. He just needed the ball with him.
Yeah, 1 and 3, guys. John Jeremy, yeah.
Double change in the front row for Munster. Jeremy Loughman and John Ryan. Being replaced by Kieran Ryan, wearing jersey 17, and Stephen Archer.
I think so. That's what I've been told.
The starter last week.
Number 8.
In the Croke Park derby against Leinster, now off the bench to replace John Ryan.
Okay, nice and square. Consistent hit.
And another change.
Okay, time on. There's the mark. Control the hit.
Jack O'Donoghue, who started at 6 against Leinster, wearing number 8 today, is replaced by Gavin Coombs, who's wearing jersey 23. The late draft onto the bench. Powerful ball carrier at the base of the scrum now for Munster.
Bind. Set.
More power from the Stormers, 8, and Coombs picking up at the back. Important tackle from Marcel Theunissen, but then
number 19 taking the clear out. 19.
Penalties against Ruben van Heerden. Immediately a hand up in acknowledgement and apology to his teammates. Soft penalty.
Yeah, soft one. What the Stormers want to do is double up here, but Munster have been staunch at times, you know, held the line defensively, fought pretty hard. Remember, their record in South Africa is probably the best out of all the touring teams, or the visiting teams.
One Springbok in the middle of the front row, replaced by another. Joseph Dweba departs. André-Hugo Venter replaces him, the man who won his first test cap against Portugal earlier this season in Bloemfontein. Murray. Crowley and then Burns. Haley up from full-back. Murray. And Gelant inside his 22.
Retreat, Stormers, retreat!
Leolin Zas now playing everyone on side. Murray. O'Brien got away from Hartzenberg. Jean Kleyn setting up for a carry, but popping inside for Kieran Ryan. Murray and Haley. Theunissen and Morabe.
Not now, not now.
Doing the defensive work.
Leave it! Stay back! Stormer, stay back! Thank you.
Another carry for Kleyn. Burns and Crowley. Excellent tackle on Farrell from Leolin Zas, and he earns the penalty. No release of the ball.
Tackle complete.
That's a great read. That's a great read from Leolin Zas. That's the right defense. The outside defenders have to make some reads, and if you're going to kill it, you kill it ball and all. Otherwise, you're in trouble defensively. Willemse wants to go for this one. So I think Gareth Wright, the kicking coach, is going to come on with a tee. Well, they're going for the corner. Thought for a second he might be going for it, but back to that tackle, Matthew. Takes time sometimes to get that, but Leolin Zas, the experience there with that fantastic read.
Keep coming, Nims. Keep coming, keep coming. Yeah,
good to see Herschel Jantjies back, Rugby World Cup winner with the Springboks in 2019. Back from a shoulder injury. Excellent tackle.
Six man.
Never released the ball. Tom Farrell.
6, yeah. Okay, Munster just opened the gap.
For the first quarter of the game or so, that possession statistic was around 31% for the home side. Last improvement since then, but another misfiring line out into the midfield from Scannell. And Crowley getting his pass away for Farrell. Lovely ball inside for O'Brien. And Gavin Coombs tucked the ball under the arm. No subtlety in that carry. Hard and straight. Out the back from Ryan. Crowley. And then Farrell and O'Brien. Beautiful combination between the centres. And Kendellen losing the ball in contact. Two good combinations there between the two centres. Sean O'Brien, a late draft into the starting lineup to play alongside Tom Farrell, two former Connacht players. Now in the colours of Munster in that midfield. And confirmation of the replacement of Paul de Vet by Herschel Jantjies.
That long-term injury. Paul Devate's been good.
On Billy. Yeah, it was back here in time.
The distribution skills, always busy on the run. Kicked beautifully also. So a good solid outing for Paul Devate. Herschel Jantjies back in the mix.
The other back on the bench, Shami, is Jurie Matthee, who you would consider a very solid goal kicker, relatively early in his Vodacom URC career.
Just fine on the tackle on
5 appearances in the competition before this evening.
Yeah, it's on the 5, lads. It's on the 5.
Just the 2 backline players on the bench, but the way Damian Willemse is kicking from the tee, we've suspected they'll give him a little longer.
Timing was fine
in that 10 jersey.
I've not seen any head contact.
And if he should depart, or if Jurie Matthee is to come on, you might see Willemse shifting to either 12 or 15.
It's on the 5. Yeah, that's fine. Wherever you're comfortable. Crouch. Bind. Set. We're going to reset that.
There's a slip.
There was instability before the ball's in. Instability before the ball's in. I think a bit of both, yeah, a bit of both. Do you want to move it to the side a bit? Are you okay? Fine here. Space on the crouch. Space on the crouch. Wait for the calls on the set call. I'll give you more time to get your feet adjusted. Seconds.
That's about getting the setup right here from both teams. So that gives you, put you in a good position to actually fire on the hit.
Bind. Set.
Another reset.
No clear dominance. No clear dominance from either. No clear dominance from either side. If you want rewarded, forward on both sides, not just on one.
Forward. You can see already the angles aren't right.
Wait for the set call. Wait for the set call.
Thomas Ahern completely disengaged from that scrum, almost scrumming on Neethling Fouché. The scrum here, Mike Adams is going to have to make a decision here because it's taking too long. They got reset number 2 or 3.
Bind! Set! Yes, line. Behind the ball. Advantage.
Well, he has made the call. It's a penalty advantage. Willemse looping around and grabbing the pass. Beautiful drift for Gelant and Suleiman Hartzenberg into the line, finding Zas, and then Herschel Jantjies. Munster penalty. It was a brave
straight on ball
decision to go over the ball. Just slightly isolated Herschel Jantjies and tight to the touchline. Gavin Coombs quick to pounce.
Yeah, and that was on penalty advantage too. So it was a free play. Again, slick hands from the Stormers. How's this pass from Willemse? Nice, flat and hard.
But we got all the way, it was on the halfway all the way up to 22. Yeah.
Gelant managing to create that little space, but 1, 2, 3, 4 Munster players around that ball. Good scrambling defense from Munster.
So 5.
Five-man line out for Munster and over the fingertips of the skipper Tadhg Beirne. André-Hugo Venter securing on the ground for the Stormers. Van Heerden, one of these standout players of last season's Vodacom URC, Ruben van Heerden.
Good contest. Yeah.
Contest in the air was good. There was some contact. Both players clearly going for the ball. Gelant for Morabe.
Okay, advantage over for the knock.
Pass out the back, just a little soft. Willemse had to retreat to fetch. Venter.
Pulled off his feet.
Excellent work from Marcel Theunissen. Jantjies straight up into the Cape Town night sky. Lost forward by Zas. Crowley gathers, Burns.
I thought not too many players around that post. Stormers players, they needed to get out of that 10-meter radius.
Running the 10.
That's a cheap penalty. Kick going straight up into the air from Herschel Jantjies, and no opportunity to retreat out of that 10-meter radius. Another change in the front row. Neethling Fouché replaced by Sazi Sandi. Brilliant kick from Crowley. As Munster chased the game in the final quarter. Worth repeating. The DHL Stormers looking to achieve something they have never done in 4 attempts in this Vodacom URC competition, and that is to defeat the Munster men.
Sorry, 5. Give you time.
Owen Clark, who we saw on the field for just under 10 minutes in the first half, a period in which he scored a try while Scannell was off having an HIA. He's back on.
Wingers on.
His first line out lost. Quickly taken throw in by Nash for Haley. Murray and Burns. And that may have been a little forward. Crowley having a go though, and Nash was coming on the switch. There's a little knock on there and a big let off.
Yeah, that's the danger of Munster. What they've been doing all day is going with those pull passes, so behind the back of the front runner.
Yeah, forward pass.
This time they went front door here.
Pass from 10.
So the defenders can slide off.
Well, that one's forward.
Yeah, that is forward.
And that's the one they're coming back for, Shim.
Yeah, and that's the danger, Matthew, because the whole day they've been going behind. Eventually they start going using the front options. So the defenders get used to seeing the same picture. All of a sudden it's a little pop to the front runner.
Maybe we're going to be seeing
Okay, let's play, lads.
Jurie Matthee out of necessity. Damian Willemse looking very uncomfortable. Having spent a good period of time out of the game.
Time off.
Missing the entire international season for the Springboks.
Yeah. In the first half, you guys were down a lot.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I know. He's down this time.
Munster, 4 games.
I won't put
2
time on till
victories, both of those on home turf against Connacht in round 1 and the Ospreys in round 3.
That's where he got the knock on the chest. Willemse, but he's a tough man, Damian Willemse. All is in the mix. He's got a busy all day.
Okay, time on. Crouch! Bind! Set! Going again.
20 resets in this half. First scrum for Sazi Sandi on the tight head side for the DHL Stormers.
I need a hook.
Now the Stormers look like they have a bit of a nudge on the collapse on the right-hand side, so they want to keep that up.
Keep it straight, elbow up.
Fanine Wycherley
Hooker.
making his preparations to come off the bench.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Well, the penalty's gone
not giving anything to hit against.
the way of Munster. It looked as though Stephen Archer was completely
loose head, straight down.
Overextended, but the penalty's gone against Brok Harris.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Archer went straight to ground there. I don't see how it's a penalty against Brok Harris. It's So we go on the setup. Archer goes right straight to ground.
I didn't feel like he gave him anything. Get the space, lads.
So under pressure in their own 22 once again after that scrum penalty. Tadhg Beirne, the recipient, at the tail of the Munster line. One stop called. Clark has control of the ball.
To knees.
Away by Murray. Crowley looks to his inside. O'Brien. Quick ball for Crowley. And then Farrell. Manhandled by Warrick Gelant and Ruhan Nel.
That's it.
Recycled for Clark once again. Munster must rebuild. Beirne. Another massive tackle. And the ball knocked forward. That's just a brilliant piece of defending from the DHL Stormers.
Right, it's a great defensive set. Also the tackle technique. You can see going nice and low, the double hits.
No, not initially.
Playing it together, working as a unit.
Then got driven back.
Dominating that gain line. And it all started with Warrick Gelant. Look at this. Both nice and low. One low, one high. They connect and they start driving. It's a great defensive work, great defensive set from the Stormers.
Dixon and Sazi Sandi in combination. On Munster's captain, but previously Warrick Gelant
just got a dominant tackle.
Making a telling hit.
You'd let me know before.
The blood is flowing. JD Schickerling getting some attention, so too Kieran Ryan.
Norman Laker, the Stormers defensive coach, he'll be happy with this. The players spent so much, and that's Tadhg Beirne, you remember. That's a serious rugby player, that. PJ Dixon coming in with the big hit.
So Schickerling needs further attention. Adré Smith back on.
I don't think he felt it was
as a temporary replacement. Just over 15 minutes to play here in Cape Town.
That's what the penalty's for, because he didn't give you a hit again.
Starting this round 5 of the Vodacom URC, in last position on the log, just 5 points. That being from their bonus point win against Zebra in round 3, but just their second game of the competition. Nothing to show from their losses away to the Ospreys and Edinburgh. So although they would be satisfied with their first win over Munster, they will feel that every log point counts. 3 converted tries already. Desperate for a fourth.
Hit square, don't get long.
But not at the expense of allowing Munster back into the game. John Kleyn, replaced by Fanine Wycherley. Well, he took his time. Whistle went, and perhaps a call from the far side from AJ Jacobs there.
I suppose the thing is, Matthew, we're not seeing a scrum contest here. It's more penalty by infringement and a lot of resets. So it was this side that it went down. So that's an elbow down straight.
Just on the edge of the white.
It's not really, you want to see a scrum contest, not really penalties because of infringements.
Adré Smith straight back into the action, away by Jantjies. Willemse's hoist coming down just over halfway. Awkward one, but well dealt with by Sean O'Brien. Murray, and then Burns with the switch of direction for Crowley. And a big hit on Munster's fly half. Clark. Penalty advantage being shown. And Burns over the top. Ahern. Archer. Little show of the ball. Still that penalty advantage being played by Mike Adamson. Burns going for the cross kick. A clever little juggle from Warrick Gelant.
High tackle.
But it's a high tackle call. Must have been the one on Jack Crowley.
Yeah, I think it was the second tackler. which might have been Sazi Sandi. He went all in there, he tried to go big.
Seven.
Another change for Munster. It's Alex Kendellen replaced by Ruhan Nel.
Okay.
It's on the ball. Bit of whiplash.
No, he just went for a big hit. I'm not convinced that's a high tackle.
When I got your call, just one at the video, you know, I got told you.
Problems for Stephen Archer, who's seen some running repairs to Kieran Ryan, the other replacement prop.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
And Sazi Sandi comes in here. Where is that high though? It's just a hit. You know, tackle assist. It's a good hit from him.
The 5-man.
And this has been one of the strengths of Munster, the ability to claw themselves back into games. That's a hit on the shoulder.
Thank you. Time on.
So the first contact was on the ball from the other angle. Certainly some whiplash in it. Excellent line out for Tom Ahern. Clark hitting his man and
one start, going backwards.
Searching for the ball, has it now as Munster's maul is taken towards touch. Murray, wonderful stepping from Conor Murray. The defensive line being forced onto the back foot here.
Don't pen him in.
Jack Crowley filling in for Murray at scrum half. In search of their third try. Tom Ahern thought about the carry, then popped it up for Clark. Murray and Farrell. Murray has it again, and over they go. Gavin Coombs, powerful ball carrier. Kleyn up off the bench. The conversion should be a formality. And yet again, we'll be in for a tight finish between these two.
And it's all about getting, once you're in that area, converting. But a questionable penalty against Sazi Sandi, but Munster coming alive here. What Coombs does well, he almost drifts past here. Look at that, he drifts, he goes sideways. So the pass beats the defender, gets outside of Zas and gets into the hole. Munster fight back.
And the conversion was indeed a formality for Jack Crowley. An extra 2 and just 2 points in it.
And what Coombs does is that little drift, as he drifts on the outside of the defender, gets a bit of width. And over he goes.
Which one?
It is the try scorer who now needs attention.
The high tackle?
The high tackle?
Yeah. You're number 18 and 19. We're just going to wait. Both teams have had a lot of injuries. Yeah. So I can't favour one team and tell them to hurry up if I don't do the other way. Okay. Time on.
Deep restart onto Jack Crowley. André-Hugo Venter there to make the tackle.
Okay, 9, use it.
Murray. Too much distance on the clearance kick. Willemse stepping his way through Munster defenders. Jantjies. Gelant was in there as first receiver. Ball's been lost forward, unforced error from the Stormers. The pass was a little high.
You've knocked it on into the Munster player before you regather.
He's also standing still, that's the problem.
If it hits the opposition, it has to be a knock-on.
With line speed, Sazi usually got great skills. He's standing still, right on the line. Not moving at all.
In and out, pit square.
Suddenly there's more anxiety in the Stormers coaching box. They looked very comfortable after the Ruhan Nel try that took them out to the 9-point lead. Now back in the midst of a fierce contest.
Ball's out off the boot.
Burns was looping around but was a decoy. Nash. Dan du Plessis holding him up for a while. Wycherley. Murray shapes to kick. A little touch on there from a Stormers player. Du Plessis for Gelant. Dixon. And then Willemse for Nel. And Venter gets away from a couple. Brilliant work from André-Hugo Venter.
Not now. Counter-ruck's fine. Ball's here.
Ball comes back on the Munster side after a ferocious counter-ruck. But the penalty going the way of the Stormers.
Ball's here. Net roll. Yes, push down. Play. Keep running backwards.
They carry on with the quick tap. Morabe. Strong carry from the number 8.
Turnover.
Turnover is good.
Turnover's good. Yeah.
Burns.
Carried back.
Haley. Kicks deep. Gelant. Man alone as he tracks back.
Retreat, Stormers, keep retreating!
And that's an excellent clearance. Down to halfway by Warrick Gelant, but you have to wonder about the quick tap penalty. Would they not have been better served? Kicking for a line out.
Time off.
Conor Murray off.
Number 7, is it?
Ethan Coughlin, Irish under-20 international on. And then Louw Nel, just his second appearance in this competition. Replaces Ben Jason Dixon.
Stormers. How many? 5 man, 5 man. Take a step. Okay, time on.
A lot of stop-start in this game, but we find ourselves again on a knife edge. Van Heerden with a crucial line-out steal. Morabe making meters again. Carried strongly, Keke Morabe throughout.
Okay, use it. Back foot. 9! Okay.
Hoist from Jantjies. Good work from the Stormers. Back into the grateful arms of Ruben van Heerden.
Timing was fine, backwards.
Lost backwards under pressure by Herschel Jantjies.
And a tackle now. Hold here.
Willemse. And Venter.
Out you go. Munster. Stay back. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Pulled off it 3 times at the ruck. And the Stormers have a penalty straight out in front. No release. What do they do here? Do they go for the 3?
No clear release.
That's right in front, just a little bit of distance.
The shot has been called. Just to create a little bit of breathing space. Gavin Coombs doesn't like it. Adjudged to have been a tackle assist and never releasing as he went for the steal.
Well, the key with those is generally the refs talk to you when you're over the ball, so you know whether you're right or wrong. If you're wrong, get out of there.
He had done it at the previous ruck, Mike Adamson. And that all happened very quickly. And Damian Willemse, having kicked 3 out of 3 conversion attempts, now calling in Marcel Theunissen to steady the ball. Swirling wind inside the DHL Stadium. Willemse. He loved it immediately, and he has eked out a 5-point lead for his team.
Yeah, Munster, yeah, well, they're going to have to go short with a kick. I think these Stormers will be well aware of this. Territory and position key.
Apologies for the temporary loss of graphics. It's 24 points to 19. That's the most important statistic that you need with that penalty from Damian Willemse. 3 converted tries and the penalty from Willemse. For Munster, 3 tries. Tom Farrell, Owen Clark and Gavin Coombs. 2 conversions off the boot of Jack Crowley, but with that attempted short restart, which you predicted, Shimmy, they haven't carried the 10.
Stability after the set.
Gifting the Stormers a scrum opportunity on the centre spot.
Willemse still holding their chest overs from that collision, so there's still Matthee on the bench, but Willemse does not want to go off whatsoever. Yeah, just keeps getting the ice back on it. Stormers here are going to try to go big in the scrum here. Back territory and position key.
Set! Line, behind the ball. Behind the ball.
Away by Jantjies. Gelant. Brilliantly done by Haley. Awkward ball for Gelant here, but it goes for Willemse. Gets away from Haley. Makes his way through. Brilliant pass from Nel. Zas to his left. Jantjies to his right.
Offside line.
Then Theunissen for Keke Morabe. Another stroke of brilliance from Damian Willemse setting up this attack. Jantjies for Harris. Then Louw Nel.
Second man.
Back it comes from Herschel Jantjies. Damian Willemse looking for the drop. He's got it. Does that make the game safe? A Damian Willemse drop goal takes the Stormers out to an 8-point lead with 2.5 minutes to play. Crowley kicks off, doesn't carry the 10.
No, got it just before. He took possession before it went 10.
Another substitution, a late one. Dave Ewers is replacing Keke Morabe, who will get a justified ovation from the crowd. Big game from the DHL Stormers, number 8.
Yeah. You have to stay straight and don't push it down.
Yeah, what a game he's had, Keke Morabe.
In and up. Yeah.
He just grabbed that opportunity. He's always been bubbling under. My goodness, strong carries and contact over the ball defensively.
Just apologies once again for the loss of graphics. We're making do with the stadium scoreboard. 27 points to 19. The DHL Stormers lead Munster on the cusp of their first ever victory
through the mark. Time off
against Graham Roundtree's men. Munster go to Durban to play the Hollywood Bet Sharks next week. The DHL Stormers will be in Stellenbosch, the Donning Craven Stadium, a home fixture against the defending Vodacom URC champions, the Glasgow Warriors.
Crouch! Bind!
Another reset. 27 points to 19. A reminder of the score. We're back on with our graphic.
Scrum's he's just got to make a call.
Right.
But you can see the frustration of the players. I mean,
you two. Brok, you have to stay square. Both of you are just going in. Keep it straight. Okay? Keep it straight. Wait for the ball. Wait for the ball. And don't step off the mark. The time's off, okay?
And then Brok Harris, you can hear what he's saying. Look, he's going in, so he's following him, man. So what you want is 2 scrums, but I think Mike Adamson's looking for the perfect scrum almost.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Hold. Keep it square. Keep it square.
More power from the Stormers. Scrum, which brings them a penalty. Celebration from Brok Harris. And from Neethling Fouché on the bench. Sti Sithole, the front row club, is happy. So 8 points, the margin. One more try gets the DHL Stormers a bonus point. So Damian Willemse will surely be looking for maximum distance on this kick. He put in 2 magnificent kicks in the first half. That one is wobbly and hasn't found touch. Nash brought down by Leolin Zas.
Stay back, no.
Munster need any points to get a losing bonus point. They're currently out of range of any points. They need to work field position here. Farrell keeps it alive. Away to Gavin Coombs. O'Brien. They are wanting to keep it alive. Wycherley. With Munster having scored 3 tries as well, if they can get a try from 85 odd meters, they could pick up 2 bonus points. Haley. Be careful not to concede penalties, though. Well, they get a penalty. Stormers illegally slowing the ball down at the breakdown, so they get this opportunity to kick for territory and set up a line out.
Munster showing fight. They're going for it, but they need some players to get off the ground and
let's go, Jack.
Get the medics off.
I'll put the time off for
chasing here.
Deep into time added on.
Just on the edge of the white.
Herschel Jantjies in with a tackle, then
5.
Ruben van Heerden, you can see just not rolling there, slowing the ball down. Clean win at the front from Munster, but then the interception from Ruhan Nel, and here comes that 4-try bonus point. The DHL Stadium erupts as Ruhan Nel goes over for a second. Munster looking for a little piece of magic from inside their own half to try and claw something out of this game. But Ruhan Nel just needed a sniff of the opportunity. Flat ball in the midfield, little pop pass, and Ruhan Nel wise to the trick.
Yeah, and well read, one of the better defenders in the outside channel. You got to make those reads, and he did it perfectly there. The perfect finish for the Stormers as they get one over Munster for the first time. Pretty convincing at the end, but it was edgy at times. It was tight. It was an arm wrestle. But the Stormers fronted up when it counted, desperate Stormers team, but they managed to get it over the line.
And what an evening for Damian Willemse. 4 successful conversions, a penalty and a beautifully struck drop goal. It was the drop goal that took the Stormers out to an 8-point lead and forced Munster to play from deep inside their own half.
I think it was a bit of both.
To try and take something out of the game. It was not to be for Graham Roundtree's men, but for John Dobson's DHL Stormers, a good response to their 2 losses out of 3 games on their tour. They have a second bonus point win in their 4th match of the Vodacom URC in round 5. So they go from 5 to 10 points on the Vodacom URC log. Real determination from Damian Willemse, who delivered in the number 10 jersey, assigned the kicking duties and performed them with aplomb. So JD Schickerling, all bandaged up now. We saw him leaving the field in the second half after that cut to the forehead and replaced by Adré Smith. Excellent work